Hello, everybody. I'm here again. another day, another day. I was telling myself, I don't because yesterday I was so nervous. Like, I'm just gonna wait on you guys. Yesterday I was so nervous because I don't do this. Like, it's amazing how I sing and preach in front of thousands of people and then I can't even do a Facebook Live. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, I'm waiting on you people. I'm gonna wait on you guys. Hey Hannah, I see you. I see you. So I spent all morning, like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. I was putting together the new school that I'm opening for Pearls and Paul's International. It's an emotional healing school for men and women. If you're interested, just go on our WhatsApp page. If you're interested, or you could just send me an inbox. Because right now, our tuition has literally gone from 30,000 naira, which is about $100 or so, and we have brought it down to 5,000 naira for 3 months. It's an emotional healing school, which in America is going to be $20. So that's such a big deal. It's for 3 months. It's online. I have my teachers ready, and they're going to be hello Hannah. Hi Titus, Pious Titus, Felicia. Hey guys. And so I was putting the classes together. Childhood blocks, generational patterns. Like, you know how they say generational curses, but this is generational patterns, because continuous patterns, negative patterns, then turns into curses. Okay, so we're going to be doing that too in my school. And I am so excited. This is going to be our first semester, our first batch. So if you want to be in the emotional healing school, which is founded by me, and I have some amazing teachers, please register. Just go on my inbox and say that you're interested, and we'll send you all the information. It's 5,000 naira, $20 for 3 months. It's usually 30,000 naira, $100 for 3 months, but now it's 5,000 naira. You cannot get it any cheaper, really. And you're going to have your graduation and everything. It's awesome. It's an emotional healing school. So we're talking about childhood blocks. We're talking about fragmentation. We are talking about different sorts of abuse. There is religion there. Difference from spirituality and religion. Those are two different things. Spirituality and religion. And of course, how culture plays a big role in religion. Okay, so sign up if you want to. Hello everyone. Hi. Okay, let me see who my special random shout out will be today. My special random person. Let me see. Add viewers to be. I seriously need to learn this stuff, like, for real. This is just out of control. Let's see. This is my special person. Let's see if they answer the phone. Let's see if they answer. Hi, guys. We need to get to our topic today. Our topic today is juicy. He's not answering. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Afiniki. Hey, Laudable. Afiniki, girl, it's been a long time. Allison, hey. That's my girl. I know that if Allison ever hears that I'm coming back to London, like, she would just she would just act like she died. She would act like she died. Like she would act like she is not there. I am so trying to add somebody on this thing. I don't even know how they do it. Allison will act like she is not alive. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to add. Goodness, I seriously need to learn this thing. Anyway, so that we can move on with our topic today. Or maybe it's the network. Maybe that's what's going on. Let's see. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to add. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, guys, somewhere in the middle of this, I will figure out. Hey, Mr. Joshua. Hi, Connie. Hey, guys. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Ronnie. Okay, so I'm just gonna start talking. So once again, like I'm talking from my first book, which is A Selfish Turn. And this morning was something else. Like I woke up and I had this very, very bad cough. Like I've been dealing with it now for a while, actually, for a while. Like I've been dealing with it. And no, it's not COVID because I've tested and I am negative, so don't go there. And so I know that it's not that, but I've just been dealing with a very bad cold. But then again, I am on all kinds of cold relievers, right? So the Holy Spirit reminded me that sometimes when you're in your process of healing, it gets worse before it gets better, because your body is in resistance, your psyche is in resistance. So when you get out of a relationship, the reason it hurts that bad, it's hurting that bad not because you made the wrong decision. It's hurting that bad because your body, your psyche, your tissues, the attachment that and the bonding that you grew with this person, especially if you were sexual, all of that starts to be in resistance. Whenever it's time for you to leave a new job and now you've left, you start regretting and you start wondering like if you were supposed to leave or not. Yes, you were supposed to leave. So my word for you is when you feel the resistance, don't run. Go through the resistance. Go through the pain. Let it hurt. Let it burn. Like, you know that song? Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Let it burn. And then one day you're going to wake up and you've healed. It doesn't hurt anymore. Let it burn. So if I'm talking to somebody who has to leave a dynamic, you have to leave something that you've been very used to. For those of you who follow me on WhatsApp, remember the story that I told about about how my hair was smelling? My hair was smelling for so long, and I was like, why is my hair smelling? I would take a shower, I would wash the hair, and the hair is still smelling. And then I realized that it was smelling because I was wearing a scarf that was old, that was torn, it had holes in it. I had used it for 20 million years. Regardless of how many times I washed this scarf, it was always smelling because it was old. It was very hard for me to replace that scarf because I was so used to the scarf. And do you know the funny thing? The scarf didn't even take all of my hair. It just took the front. But because I was so used to this scarf and I had been using it for so long, it was hard for me to let it go. Well, 2 days ago, I let it go in the name of Jesus. And I bought a wave cap. And when I put the wave cap on, it took all of my fake hair. It took everything. And I was like, look at me. I kept holding on to a scarf that didn't even take everything. I kept holding on to something, managing something. I was just managing it. Some of us are managing our jobs, managing relationships, managing dynamics, just managing it because we've been doing it for so long, and now we're ugly and now we're smelling everywhere. And people are tired of telling us to change it. People are tired of telling us, hey, can't you see? You know? But we hold on to it. We keep smelling because we're used to it. We're used to it. So now when we get rid of it, sometimes it could really hurt because your cellular memory is there. How both of you held hands and how both of you walked that long street and how you've been at that job for 30 years and how you've been at that church. You know that that pastor is manipulative. You know that that pastor is probably called by God, but he went left field. You know that you're supposed to leave that church. You know that you're supposed to leave that job. You know you're supposed to leave that relationship. You know that you should not be on the phone for one more minute because you could kill somebody. You know that you don't need to go there. You know you don't need to visit that person. You know. But we keep doing all of these things to our detriment because we are used to them. So I just want to remind you that the resistance doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision. The resistance actually means that you made the right decision, and everything on the inside of you is crying for normalcy, crying for the same thing, for the same routine, screaming for the same routine. The body and the mind does not like change. The body does not like change. Hey, Ben, it's been a long time. Eva, girl, Eva, why can't I find you on WhatsApp? Why can't I find you on WhatsApp? Shalewa, oh my gosh. Nice seeing you again, Pastor Holland. Hello. So, when you feel resistance, ignore it. Go through it. Don't back up. When you feel resistance, don't back up. You made the right decision. Y'all remember how last week I thought I was going to die, y'all. I was sure that I was dead. I probably was just in a trance talking to you guys on Facebook when I was at the clinic because I was in perpetual pain. I mean, I was running around the clinic in the room of the clinic. And the doctor came in and she was like, are you dancing? I said, I am dancing to the pain. I don't know what else to do. She gave me that shot. And for 4 hours, I was calm. And then 4 hours later, boom, the pain hit. And then I started to take the painkillers. And then boom, the pain hit after some time. And boom, it hit after 4 hours. Boom, it hit after 6 hours. 2 days later, I was waiting for that boom, and I didn't feel it. Some of you have been in relationships before, you've had a heartbreak, when you were younger, and you just thought that you would die. You would just die after this relationship. And then one day you found out that you didn't even remember the phone number of this person. Now that's how your pain is. It varies. So don't even trust your judgment when you're in pain. Because sometimes whatever pain is telling you is not accurate. So that resistance, let it go. Okay? Let it go. So I'm talking out of my book today. And I am still looking for who I am going to call. I'm going to make a random call to somebody. And that person is going to be here with me for just a few minutes on here. Okay? So I'm still looking for who that person is going to be, but always a delight to watch you. Oh, thank you, Eva. Thank you, girl. Thank you. So this is out of my book, A Selfish Turn. You could always get it on Amazon. And I am reading from page 468. 468. Oh, okay. And this topic is bold, but I'm just going to call out the 10 points here. Number 1. Do what you've always wanted to do. If not for anything, but for the sake of novelty. For the sake of keeping true to what you've always wanted to do. For the sake of keeping true true to your emotions. You know how you feel when you don't get to do that thing. You know how you have felt. You're looking at those children and you're blaming. Look, I tell all of my mentees, all of my counselees, I tell all of them, those children are going to leave. They will be 18 years old and they will leave your house. Some of them now are 15 and they think that they're grown. They're going to leave. So those of you who have children and you're justifying that you're giving up your dream because of your children, those children are going to leave and you're going to be angry. I know just very, very few people who are not, regretful or remorseful, because you really can do everything at the same time. You really can be a mother. You really can be a wife. You really can be a father. You can be all of these things and still accomplish your dreams. You do not have to drop this title, drop that role. You don't have to do that. You can do everything at the same time. You just need proper time management, and you need good people who can hold you accountable. Hi, Grace. Hi, Patience. Oh, Patience, is good to see you. It's been a long time. So, number one, do what you've always wanted to do. Do what you've always wanted to do. Look at your baby pictures. Look at those pictures of when you were 5 and when you were 10, and people ask you, so what were you going to do? And you told them that you were going to be an engineer and you were going to be this and you were going to be a pilot and you were going to be that. And then you got married and then now you sweep and you clean. Now you are a mopper and you are a diaper changer. And some of you justify your anger or remorse with the fact that you're taking care of somebody. But deep down on the inside of you, dang, man, I wish I'm able to do it all. You can do it all. You can do it all. You can change those diapers and you can still be an author. You can be a wife and you can still be a pilot. You can do it all. You can. You can. Those children are going to leave. I'm telling you, those children are going to leave. Okay. Number 2. No. And I'm going to go back there. You see, when those children leave, you would have lost yourself. And I'm not talking about everybody, but a lot of people. You would have completely lost yourself. You don't even know your identity anymore, because for the past 18 years, you have been a wife or you've been a husband, and then you've been this role to your children. And let's say you have 4 children, you've been 4 different personalities to 4 different personalities. And then now all of these people have gone. Now your wife or your husband is older, and now you're stuck with the self that you don't even know anymore. That's why you need to still be doing whatever it is that you planned that you were going to be doing. Keep on doing it. You can do it all. Number 2, dare to be different. Dare to be different, like Wendy Williams. Ironically, she sports wigs, but she was honest about her challenge with lupus. And she was one of the women who publicly showed off her wigs on television without shame. Hey, Wanda. Dare to be different. How Wendy Williams always comes out and she talks about the whole lupus thing, and we all know that she wears a different wig. She rocks a different wig almost every day on her show, and what she has done is she has decorated her pain. She has learned how to live with her pain, which is the lupus. She has learned how to deal with that. And so she wears the different wigs every day. So dare to be different. Don't use your pain as a testimony, not something to wallow in shame about. Number 3. No, I'm going to go to this next point. I don't even want to go there. It's too long. Break barriers. Break barriers. Let me see if I can get my right person today. Break barriers. Okay, you can. Hey, Esther. That's for you, girl. Once in a while, test your limits. Do stuff that you never thought that you could do. Do stuff that you never thought that you could do. That you just never thought that you could do. Shock yourself. Shock yourself. I mean, really, wear a lime green skirt. Wear lime green pants. Shock yourself. Shock yourself. Okay? Hey. Elizabeth, it's good to see you, girl. It's good to see you. I am so trying to get my random caller. Like, I'm trying to do this. Okay. And then number 9, don't be bothered by people's opinions. Yeah, baby, keep on the good work. Thank you, Esther. Don't be bothered by people's opinions. Let me tell you something. I was told that I would never amount to anything. I had a principal who looked at me and said, you are nothing like your father. How do you compare? How do you compare a child and a full-grown man? My father was on NTA back in those days in the 90s. He was one of the very few teller evangelists on TV. He was on TV 5 days a week. Kaduna, Nigeria had never seen a thing like that. It was a lot of pressure for me at school. It was a whole lot of pressure for me, you know, because I was known as Oruma's daughter. My random, my special random shout outs. Esther Boo Boo.
You want to say to Auntie?
Praise, honey.
How you doing, girl? I really, really enjoy your program. Keep the good work. You're doing good. You're doing good. You know, most of the time you might not see my comment, but I'm always watching, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so so involved in the organization. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
And you're healing. You are healing. I can see it on your face.
100%.
I am proud of you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being such a supporter. God bless you.
Anytime, okay? Take care. You look good. I love the hair.
Oh, thank you. Bye, girl. Okay. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Memen, my namesake. Hello, Ma. So that was my special random shout out, which I'm going to be doing. I was known as Oruma's daughter. Bishop Ben Oruma's daughter. And so I started to deal with a lot of identity crisis, which is not what our topic is today. But when you're always in the shadow of somebody, it takes a toll on you. It really does. And one day, like, the principal looked at me because I wasn't good in math. I wasn't good in anything. The only thing that I could do was sing. I never liked school. And she looked at me and she said, you are nothing like your father. And it hurt me so bad, but I didn't realize the type of emotions I was having because I was a child. I was like 11 years old. But she said, you are nothing like your father. And how do you compare? And now, as a full-grown woman, that voice was in my head. You are nothing like your father. You don't have a PhD. You are not an evangelist. You are not this and you are not that. And, you know, and every time it was always in my head. Even when I wanted to take my LPN exam, like my math exam. And when I was taking that math exam, I was hearing, you can't do this. You are nothing like your father. You are nothing like your father. And this was just last year. And I'm in my 30s now. Y'all have to be careful with the statements that you make to people. Like, in your head, like, you think it's a joke, but you don't know the stuff that they're dealing with. You don't know the different forms and different dynamics of rejection that they're dealing with. And I was already dealing with so much. And then she said that. And I'm proud of myself that I'm a graduate and I'm doing my master's now. And I signed up for a PhD program a few weeks ago, you know, but that voice kept on, you know, ringing in my head. You are nothing like your father. You are not an educationalist. Like, you can't even sustain school. You know, school is not your thing. And that hurt. And that hurt. So don't be bothered by people's opinions. Because for many, many years in my life, before I started my organization, I will never forget when I told my parents that I'm going to start Pearls Internet. No. Then it was Eduve Ministries. And I told my parents, I said, God gave me this name, Eduve Ministries. I would never forget what my father said because he still saw me as his baby. I love you, Miss Maria. Thank you. He still saw me as his baby. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? We have a ministry and you're talking about your own ministry. And my mother was just like, oh my God. You know? And years later, I continued. I continued. I did what God told me to do. Especially when God tells you to do it. It really, really hurts when your own blood doesn't support you. And they're not supporting you because they don't love you. They're not supporting you because they don't understand or because they have their own hangups, right? You know, and my parents had their own hangups at the time because they were still looking at me as their baby. And I always used to tell my mother, like, when me and her are like having like a fight or something, like I'll tell my mother, I'll say, Mom, I am your child, but I'm not a child. I am your child, but I'm not a child, Mom. And you need to know the difference, you know. And one day I was shocked when they came to my 4-day convention, and this was in Abuja, and they announced me, they introduced my organization, they called me Lady O, and everybody was jumping and screaming. Look, if you change your plans because of what people are saying, you would shortchange yourself. One day everybody is going to catch on. They'll catch up. Don't worry. Hi, Miss Sherry. They will catch on. Hi, Miss Lizzie. They will catch on. Do what God has called you to do. Do what you know that you are supposed to do. Okay? Once again, I'm reading out of my book, A Selfish Turn. Number 8. Whenever you feel an urge to do something, as long as it's within godly parameters, do it. Do it. Hey, Hannah. Do it. And number 10. The last point. Set yourself free. Set yourself free from family patterns, negative patterns, voices, toxic decisions, like procrastination. Procrastination is a demon in my life. It's no longer a joke. When you're going to work late, when you're turning in assignments 3 days late, when everybody knows that you're the late one, when everybody knows that you're the this. Hi, Brother Charles. When people start to characterize you and label you by your behavior, that's not good. Stop discrediting yourself. It's already bad enough that people will discredit you, like people who, like in Nigeria, like we say, like Babele people, you know, people who are jealous of you, like they're going to discredit you. It's already bad enough that we've got people in the world who are just waiting for you to fall. Like that's bad enough. You stop going at the edge of the cliff. Stop going to the edge of the cliff. Stop going to the edge of the cliff because you will fall, you will drop, and that will be your fault, right? So let's stop, let's set ourselves free. Let's stop putting ropes on our own necks, talking too much, yelling at people. Oh, I used to be the queen. How I used to solve marital issues with my husband was me yelling. And then I would justify it by every woman nags and every woman yells. No, that's not true. And then when I changed my surroundings and I saw how some women would behave themselves, and I saw how they still got their point across without completely changing who they were, then I started changing too. And then I started learning, okay, well, you want to pass your point across to a human being. You don't yell because they're not animals. And I started to work on that. And I don't do that anymore. So there's certain things that we're doing in our life, standing at the edge of the cliff, and then we jump or we fall or somebody pushes us and then we get mad. How dare they? Well, no. How dare you? How dare you put yourself in that situation? Like, how dare you put yourself in the situation for people to talk about you like that, like a dog? Well, that's probably because you were probably doing something that will make them talk. Ooh. Anywho, So thank you so much for being here today. Remember, what I started off with was when you feel resistance, that doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision. It just means that your body, your mind, your soul, everything about you is crying out for normalcy. And sometimes being abnormal is very normal. You know, doing the exact opposite, breaking those patterns and breaking those patterns immediately. And then lastly, remember that as a husband and as a wife or as a brother or as a sister, you can still do everything. You can still accomplish your dreams. You can still do it. Okay? And then remember that I sent an announcement in the morning that I'm opening my university by the grace of God. June the 1st is an emotional healing university for men and women. It's called The Rock College. If you're interested, it's $20 for, in America, obviously. It's 5,000 Naira. In Nigeria, it's supposed to be 30,000 Naira, which is the decision of me and my board members. But we've slashed it to 5,000 Naira because of all that's going on, and it's for 3 months, and we're talking about everything. Your classes are going to be on fragmentation, on religion, on spirituality, on abuse, on forgiveness, on how to chart a new course. Because like some of us have been in family dynamics, been in relational dynamics, been in entrepreneurial dynamics that were not healthy for us, and it's very hard for us to step out. So we're going to be tackling that in the school as well, and then you're going to get your certificate and you will graduate physically. Hey, blessing. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely send me an inbox message and I'll get you hooked on that or get you linked on that. All of my colloquialisms are just, they do not resemble a master's student. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here today. I will be here tomorrow. On Thursdays, I will be bringing in a guest, okay? You could always get my book on Amazon. This is one of my books. And I am so grateful for this platform. God bless you. Bye-bye.